Hi, this is Erling.
Hi, this is Judy. Welcome to Travel Trail Sail.
Well, today we're going to talk about our cruise experience in Alaska. On a prior video, we've actually talked about the itineraries and the ports. So today we're going to continue the conversation about our cruise experience by talking about the Sapphire Princess cruise ship, all of the things that it has to offer, and what the cruise experience is like with Princess in Alaska. We chose Princess Cruises for our adventure in Alaska so that we could have a land portion and a cruise portion of the adventure, and it worked out really well. We didn't really focus as much on choosing the right ship because the itinerary was the most important part. That being said, you're spending a week on a cruise ship and you want to know what's the ship like. So here's some stats about the Sapphire Princess. It can hold 2,680 passengers and about 1,100 crew. So it's by today's standards, a medium-sized cruise ship. It was built in 2004 by Mitsubishi in Japan. It's one of two ships built in Japan for Princess. And it's a really nice ship. It's been refurbished a couple of times since then. I'd have to say the ship was in good shape.
Yes, I'd agree. It's a very pretty ship inside.
And it falls along the kind of decor you would expect if you've been on a Princess cruise before. It's a lot of tan and beige kinds of tones, nothing too glitzy, but really nice. The piazza area is, I think, impressive, not on the grand scale that maybe some of the newer ships are, but it was 3 stories tall with these glass elevators behind it, kind of the core of the entertainment section of the ship. So shops and restaurants, bars, all clustered around the piazza. Really a nice part of the ship. A few other things that were notable about the Sapphire Princess was for Alaska, it does have a covered pool area. So there's one open area, and some brave young people were swimming in it, even in Alaska.
Yeah.
But there's also a covered pool area, so a pool and 2 hot tubs and a bar all located there. So you could still have that sort of cruise ship pool experience without being exposed to the elements. And that was really appreciated.
That was very nice. Really a nice area of the ship.
Pretty easy to get around the ship, multiple restaurants and dining, but overall, the Sapphire Princess was a beautiful ship and in good shape.
So our cabin was on deck 10, the Baja deck, which was a really nice deck. Great location, so would highly recommend getting a cabin on that deck. We did get a balcony, a stateroom, which was very nice. The balcony was very comfortable. It was your normal size balcony. It had 2 chairs, and it did have a roof to protect you, which was really nice because we noticed the balconies below us were just open. So in this cruise where the weather is sometimes unpredictable and rainy, it was nice to have that shelter over our balcony.
And we did take advantage of the balcony. I mean, Alaska, you're there for the itinerary, for the scenery. It's nice to be able to look out your window or sit on the balcony and just watch everything, all that nature as it passes by.
Yep, absolutely. So we were really glad we got the balcony stateroom. And then in the stateroom itself, it was very comfortable, very clean. It did not have a couch, but it did have a desk with a chair, which was useful and helpful to set our stuff on. It was a bit limited on the number of outlets in the room, and we did have a little bit of a challenge getting our multi-outlet plugs plugged in, but we managed to work it out. The bed was very comfortable, really nice bed. It had storage underneath for our suitcases, so there was plenty of room for that. And then there was plenty of closet space, and in addition to the closet space, it had like a cabinet that opened up that had multiple shelves in it, which was great. So we had plenty of room for all of our stuff. And then the bathroom was, your average kind of bathroom on a cruise ship. It was small. The shower seemed really small, but it was fine.
And in the shower, they do have the shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. If it's not your preference, you may want to bring along your own kind of hair products, but it's nice that they're provided in the room for you.
Yep. So overall, very nice cabin. Our cabin steward did a great job. The one thing that we did notice we had some challenge with is getting clean towels on a kind of regular schedule. Apparently on this cruise ship, when it's, say, in Glacier Bay, there are restrictions that they can't do laundry, things like that. They're kind of unique to an Alaska cruise. So sometimes they ran out of clean towels, but it was fine. It was just, a bit of a delay, but it all worked out.
And there are laundries on the ship, even just down the hallway from the staterooms. So you could do self-service laundry. And on those days when the ship couldn't do laundry, those were locked as well. So just something to be aware of on an Alaska cruise. They may have some limitations on things like laundry. But I really enjoyed our stateroom. I thought it was clean and comfortable and just a nice place to call home for a week.
Yeah, absolutely.
So on the Sapphire Princess, there's a variety of dining options available. And there should be something to suit just about any taste. We found some things that we actually really enjoyed about the food on the Sapphire. And it's kind of surprising, actually, the things that we enjoyed. But the International Cafe is a Princess cruise feature, right? You wouldn't find that on some of the other cruise lines. But we found for a light bite, maybe you need a snack in the middle of the day, that was a great place to go. I really enjoyed the mini chicken pot pie. They had sandwiches, all kind of smaller portions, sort of snack size. And in the mornings, we'd go to the International Cafe to get coffee to start the day. And they'd usually have a variety of breakfast bites as well. So that was a really nice way to start the day, was the International Cafe. Kind of a pre-breakfast breakfast.
Right.
So
to get ready for second breakfast.
Exactly. And the buffet was actually really nice on the Sapphire Princess. I think every morning we typically would go there for a full breakfast and sometimes had a light bite there at other times of the day as well. So the buffet seemed like it was operated really well, good variety of different kinds of foods, very tasty. We tried some food by the pool, and you'd think poolside food, right? That's just going to be average, but no, it was actually really good. There was pizza by the slice poolside, and hamburgers and French fries, and then you tried tacos?
Chicken tacos in Alaska. Sure, why not? But they were very good. They were really good.
So the poolside grills actually had really good food. Now, a Princess thing is also Alfredo's pizza, and we had Princess Plus. So we were able to go and have a 3-course sort of mid-tier menu, not the full specialty dining, but it came with an appetizer that had mozzarella and tomatoes, and then you'd get to pick a pizza, and then dessert was tiramisu. Now, the pizza there was really good. In fact, we did go back a second time just for the pizza, because on the Princess Plus, you get twice there. But one thing, it was just a limited kind of a menu, just one appetizer and one dessert. And then we did feel a little bit let down that the menu had these amazing looking specialty pizzas, but our waiter said, well, I'm sorry, with Princess Plus, you don't get those. You can only have cheese or pepperoni or some of the limited ones.
Oh.
They were really good though, so we did go back. I just wish that the full menu would have been included. In terms of specialty restaurants, we didn't do a specialty restaurant on this cruise.
No, we didn't. It was a bit limited. They had the Italian specialty dining and then a Brazilian restaurant. But we decided just to, go to the main dining room or buffet for our meals.
Yeah, and so it would have maybe been nice to have a steakhouse, but we didn't go hungry. We had a good week of food. And let's just sort of wrap it up with main dining. There's 4 main dining rooms on the Sapphire Princess. 2 of them are eat anytime you want. One of them is sort of a fixed table, certain specified times, and one is reservation. So we like the flexibility of being able to eat whenever we want. And so that was the Pacific Moon and the Santa Fe. They're right next to each other. Same menu, same everything, just a little different theming. When we'd go in and have a table for two, they often have those table for twos that are kind of lined up close to each other. And we did have some really great conversations with other fellow cruisers because we were close to them. But if you were looking for a little bit more privacy or just wanted a conversation between the two of you, you may want to ask for being seated at a larger table. And they accommodated us on several nights and gave us a somewhat bigger table rather than the closely sort of packed tables for two. But good food overall. Some surprises in terms of the poolside dining and the International Cafe. But again, we didn't go hungry. Pretty good food.
No, but you forgot one thing.
What's that?
The milkshakes.
Oh, okay. So they have a place.
Yes, milkshakes in Alaska, yes.
They had a place called Scoops, which is a gelato place. And I think one day, every day they have different flavors, and we had blueberry and vanilla. I got a scoop of each. Wow, that was really good.
It was very good.
But then with Princess Plus, you can get these specialty desserts too. I don't know, it was like cookie bites and the whole kitchen sink in there.
Yes.
Really good. And you're allowed several of those a day. I don't know how anyone could eat all of that, but we tried them once and they were really good.
They were very good.
Another big part of the cruise experience for many are the bars. And we did have the opportunity to try several of the bars on board. There was Good Spirits at Sea. The bartenders there really seemed to know their mixology. They made some good cocktails there, which we enjoyed. You might want to try the Captain's Bounty. That was pretty good. And you could have those drinks ordered on the Princess app and brought to you. The bar is right next to the piazza. So whether you want to sit in the bar or the piazza, that's a good option. There was also Vines, wine by the glass, a good variety of wines. We got to try that one once.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Wines that weren't in the main dining room, so that was a nice option. And then one that we probably enjoyed the most was the Explorers Club. Pretty large lounge area, some love seats and couches, small tables and chairs, and people coming around bringing you your drink orders if you ordered on the app. That was kind of their preferred way of having you order rather than having you go up to the bar. But we liked that one mostly because in the evenings there was a lot of entertainment. And so some of the best entertainment we enjoyed on the Sapphire Princess was at the Explorers Lounge. Judy, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the entertainment on the cruise ship?
Yeah, so some of the games we played at that lounge included music trivia, which we were with another couple, and the one lady, she just rocked it. Like, we won that trivia. Like, she knew all the songs. But
Olympic theme songs, Eurovision competitions. We got a few of them, but boy, it was great to partner up with somebody who really knew their music trivia.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Another game that was a lot of fun was Majority Rules. That was hilarious. So that was really fun entertainment. I think that was some of the best on that cruise ship. Were those two games. Absolutely. They also had special events in the piazza, like they would have musicians. But my favorite one was the puppies in the piazza.
That was fun.
That was so fun. So, I mean, again, so unique to Alaska, to an Alaska cruise, right? They brought in puppies that were being trained to become sled dogs, and they were, oh my gosh, they were so cute. So, learning about how they train sled dogs and, just the amount of training they do. I mean, it's really fascinating. So that was a lot of fun. Then they also, on the cruise ship, have the big theater. Their theater was very comfortable. The seating was awesome. It was very comfortable. Plenty of leg room.
I was surprised. I've been in a lot of theaters where you feel kind of cramped. The way the seating is arranged, you can actually spread your legs out even if you're a little taller. Very nice theater.
Really, really nice. I think the highlight there were the nature talks. Those talks were so interesting. I learned so much about, just say, for example, the behavior of whales and why they do the things they do. It was really interesting, and learning about the glaciers, and I would highly recommend those. Those were awesome.
And the theater was packed for her talks. I mean, they were informative, they were entertaining. You learned so much. And then if you were out watching nature as you cruise through Alaska, those nature talks helped you understand some of the things you might have a chance to see.
Yeah. So, and she had some amazing pictures. So that was really, really interesting. Then they also had other entertainment in the theater. They had a comedian one night, they had a hypnotist another night. One night they did a musical, and those were pretty good shows. But I would say the nature talks were probably my favorite.
Well, and it's just nice that you're in Alaska and they have things that are relevant to that Alaska adventure that you're experiencing. So some unique things, and overall, I don't think we were bored on the ship.
No, always something to do, right?
Absolutely. So we had a great time in Alaska. Overall, the cruise tour with the cruise and then the land portion combined was a fantastic way to experience Alaska. But thinking, Judy, just about the Sapphire Princess and the cruise that we took, would you say this was a great way to see Alaska by water?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, I agree. And what do you think about the Sapphire Princess? Was it a nice ship?
I thought it was a very nice ship. Yes, very nice.
Would you do another Alaska cruise?
Oh my gosh, yes, 100%, absolutely.
Good, we should book it.
Let's.
I want to go back. It was so much fun. Now, this was a little different. In our Hawaii trip, it was a port every day, and this one had more scenic cruising mixed up and then 3 ports in a row. How do you think the mix of cruising versus ports was?
Yeah, I thought it was perfect. I thought there was time to relax, time to enjoy the ship, time to take in the scenery. Never felt rushed or wiped out at the end of the day. I thought it was a good pace.
Yeah, and even during those scenic cruising days, there was entertainment and activities happening throughout the ship. No reason really to be bored. And then when we were in port, and check out our port an itinerary video, we had a long time in each of the ports. So I think using Princess for this cruise was a good choice.
Yes, I'd agree.
Did we get a good sample of Alaska and Alaskan nature?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So I think cruising Alaska was great, and the Sapphire Princess, it was a nice ship. We enjoyed it, and again, it's all about the itinerary, but we always learn something from every trip we take. Is there anything about the cruise itself that you would have done differently?
I think overall it was a great cruise, right? But I think the one excursion I wish we had booked was the small boat in Hubbard Glacier.
Yeah.
I think that would have been an amazing experience.
The ship gets pretty close to the glacier, but that small boat, that 2-decker, can go right up. And so that's definitely something I would do differently.
Yes.
I think also just about the ship experience itself, if some of the bartenders knew how to make a hot drink, but the menu of beverages was really oriented to those fruity, tropical, Caribbean kind of drinks. And you're in Alaska, and some days it can be a little chilly, and you've been out on deck all day. Coming back to a hot nightcap at the end of the day would have been really appreciated to have some standard hot drinks on the menu. Again, shout out to those bartenders who knew how to make a really good hot beverage. We really do appreciate you. But having some of those on the Alaska menu would be a nice touch.
Yeah. So, would you do it again?
Can we do it again? 100% I would do it again. Absolutely. When can we go back to Alaska? This was a fantastic adventure. How about you?
Yes, 100%. Absolutely. Yes.
Well, we've been trying to share some, our experience with an Alaska cruise with Princess, and hopefully it's been helpful. We still have some more videos coming. We have to talk about Vancouver and our experience there. We plan on sharing some additional tips and trips tips and tricks that we learned in planning a cruise tour in Alaska. So more to come. And if you don't want to miss anything, we sure would appreciate it if you'd subscribe. That way you won't miss anything. And of course, we love having you along on our journey. So can't wait to see you again real soon.